Hi, this is Paige. Let me clear the air a little bit about what you're going to get in this course and what you're not going to get. This is not going to be an extensive course in counterpoint or classical composition. I'm not going to be teaching you how to become a Baroque composer or a Renaissance style composer. I'm not going to be showing you how to be any kind of a composer. But what this really is a glimpse into my process and how I compose music of various genres. Now, we're going to be starting off with something called the cantus firmus and doing some first species counterpoint, which is really just an introductory level glimpse into this incredible thing called counterpoint. We're not going to get much further than that with counterpoint. But again, my point is simply this. I want you to see how I arrive at my compositions. One of the biggest problems that I faced prior to going to Vermont College of Fine Arts to get my master's degree in music composition was I could compose, okay, when I was inspired. I'd hear something that would excite me and I would sit down and write. I could do that when I was inspired. But when I wasn't inspired, I would just sit and stare at the piece of music and nothing would happen. My quest for my master's degree in music composition became a quest for what I would come to call my process. When I went to my first residency, I heard this conversation again and again between my partners in crime up there at VCFA. What's your process? How do you do this? And I started listening in because I realized that they were talking about something that I didn't know anything about. I knew music. Okay, I know the notes, I know the chords, keys, scales, all this kind of stuff. And I could put it together into compositions good enough to get me into the program. But what I realized they had that I didn't have was that they had a process. And for me, the quest for my process became paramount. And here's what I mean by my process. What can I do that can flip the switch for inspiration? How can I put myself in the path of success so that inspiration shows up when it's needed? You know, there's a story in the Bible about a woman who had suffered for years and years and years with an ailment. And she knew Jesus was walking through her village. And she thought, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I could be healed. And she put herself literally in the path of Jesus so that he almost had to trip over her. And she reached out and touched the hem of his garment. And of course, she was healed, according to what the Bible had to say. The point is, she put herself in the path of Messiah. Well, how can I put myself in the path of inspiration so that I can count on it being there when I need it? Because I get asked to compose music. I'm getting ready to compose another set of music for next year's spring recital for a dance company. And I'm not afraid of it anymore because I know once I start, I know what to do to get the inspiration to kick in. And that's what I'm going to be showing you in this master course, this master class. I'm going to be giving you a glimpse into my process. Everything I compose starts off as a musical exercise, nothing more. Just putting notes on a page, going through a set amount of steps, and somewhere along the way, I start hearing the music that's hiding behind the notes I wrote. So what I will be sharing with you is how to write a good cantus firmus, which is a good melody, a good fixed melody, and how to write a good simple counterpoint part to it. That's the beginning of harmony. If you get your cantus firmus right and you get your counterpoint right, then the chordal element almost writes itself. And then when we move from there towards pulling the melody out and going away from whole notes to half notes, quarter notes, etc., you're going to see the melody that's hiding behind the notes you've written. And that's the point, usually, where I start to get really excited, where inspiration kicks in, because I start seeing the melody that's hiding behind this music I've written. So as we go through this process of discovering my process, I'm hoping that there will be elements in here that will enhance your ability to compose. And for those of you who've never even tried composing before, I'm hoping that this whets your appetite, because this is a marvelous, marvelous application of music theory and music. Those of you who already have music in your life, composition is the next logical step. All right? So stand by. Get ready to see my process in action. This is Paige. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.